What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about how to instantly fall asleep faster. So what I'm going to share with you are some tips and techniques and practices that I've done over the past few years to go from horrible insomniac to being able to fall asleep in just a few minutes. So a lot of that starts with what we do during the day. So avoiding stimulants during the day, coffee, strong tea, whatever it may be. Avoiding those things after late afternoon or so that it doesn't interfere with keeping us awake when we want to go to sleep. And exercising during the day. A lot of us live very sedentary lifestyles. We're conserving a lot of energy. We're very not moving, not active. So getting out there, even just walking, doesn't have to be going for a marathon run, but just getting out there and moving, climbing a tree, whatever you got to do to get your body moving. And then once it comes nighttime, there's some other things that I think are also just as important to do when it comes to falling asleep. So the biggest thing, well, I'd say there's probably 5 or so things, but I think the first one that anyone can do that is the easiest is to just get a journal and make a brain dump. Every single night before bed, just write whatever comes to your mind. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter who it's about, whatever. Those are the things that you're going to be laying in bed thinking about, so just get them out and write them before bed. Guarantee you will fall asleep much easier. You'll have less monkey chatter going on in your brain. And also kind of similarly, making a to-do list. Whatever you have to do tomorrow, write it down, get that out of your head. Just basically get everything out of your head so you're not thinking about that as you're laying in bed. So brain dump and to-do list for the next day. Common things that I found to be running through my mind when I'm trying to fall asleep. And also, what else can we do to relax our body and our mind? The first one is meditating. Meditating before bed. Meditation is a nice transition from wakefulness to sleeping. It's kind of like an in-between. You're not completely awake, you're not asleep. So it's a nice transition I found to really just go from being awake to falling asleep. Stretching is another big one. Stretching before bed, really loosening up the body, relaxing the body. If we can stretch, we can loosen up, we can fall asleep faster in a more comfortable position. We're not twisting and turning, trying to get comfortable because our body's already loose and relaxed. We don't need to try to shift as we're in bed because we've already done that as a preparation. So a lot of this comes down to preparation, planning ahead, doing things ahead of time so that you're setting yourself up for success in falling asleep and being able to recover fully from your sleep. Then also as it kind of gets later, dimming the lights, making sure you don't have white lights, and if you're someone that uses computers a lot, try to cut back on that or get the blue light blocking glasses. They're like $10 on Amazon. I got mine for, and I found those to be pretty helpful actually. It just blocks out the blue light, and blue light is what interferes with our sleep cycles. So if you're having all these lights on, just turn some of them off. You don't need all your lights on. And also getting alternative lighting as opposed to these white lights, Christmas lights, candles, Himalayan salt lamps, whatever you got to do to just kind of get rid of that white light that emits the blue light that kind of interferes with our sleep cycles and keeps us awake. Those are the big things in terms of what you can do as a practice. The other thing is just kind of setting the atmosphere of your room. Is your room something that's dirty, stressful, somewhere that you associate stress with? So the first thing you can do is just clean it up. And when was the last time you cleaned your room? If you can't answer that, I think you might need to clean your room and change your sheets, change your pillow covers, wash your bedding, everything, just clean it up, and you'll be amazed at how much better it feels to lay down in your bed at the end of the day and how much easier you'll fall asleep in a clean bed. And also with that, there's been a lot of studies that show that humans fall asleep better in colder environments. So I think it's 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal room temperature to fall asleep in. So once you do that, use a fan, air conditioner, whatever you got to do. Make it a little cooler for yourself, and also they can be good for white noise to block out other sources of noise that can keep you up or disrupt your sleep once you're already asleep. So once you've tried, these are going to be trial and error. Some of them might not work for you. These are just ones that have worked for me, and I found to be very effective in helping me go from insomniac to falling asleep in just a few minutes. So once you've tried a bunch of these, just make a routine out of it. Say you want to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, 8:30, you start to turn off your lights, You start to turn on your fans, you start to make it a little cooler. You start reading, you start stretching, you start meditating, you're doing your mind dumps. Start preparing yourself. It's a process. Prepare yourself for good sleep. If we just go in there, it's like, oh, I want to go to bed at 10, it's 9:55, oh, I gotta fall asleep now. That's just stress. That's unneeded stress. So preparation is key, as is the case with a lot of things. So prepare yourself for success, set yourself up for success, and make a routine out of it. Eventually, you'll just do it, and you don't have to think about it. At first, it took me a good hour and a half of my routine before I was ready for bed. So that always an hour and a half before bed, I would start to wind down, start to do my nightly routines to get me ready for sleep, and I would sleep like a baby. Now my routines don't need to be as long because I've been doing it for quite a while, so I can do it like 20 minutes or so. I can wind down and I'm ready for bed. So again, it's just going to take a little practice. Don't get frustrated with it, but find a routine that works for you. Try some of these things that I suggested that have worked for me. So hopefully this helps, and until next time, I'm Rob. Please like this video if it helped you. Please subscribe to the Well Bros, and I'll be making weekly videos per usual. Thanks, guys.